Hey guys, how are you all? My name is Arshit friends, and I welcome you back to my video. In this video, friends, I am going to talk to you regarding Bal Gangadhar Tilak. He was a great leader of our Indian freedom struggle. This video is a sort of his biography. We'll talk about his life, achievements, his role in Indian freedom struggles, and things like that. So this video is presented by me, Harshit Dwivedi, friends. You can also follow me on my Instagram profile. The link of my Instagram profile is given in the description box below, friends. Also, one more thing, that this video here is in English. If you want the Hindi version of the video, then the link of the Hindi version of the video is also given in the description box below. You can go there and watch it, friends. Now starting, Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Friends, he was born on 23rd of July 1856 in a Marathi Chitbawan Brahmi family in the Ratnagiri district of present day Maharashtra. Okay, friends. The name of his father was Gangadhar Shastri. Bal Gangadhar Tilak has been associated. He has many important publications like the Arctic Home in the Vedas that he wrote in 1903 and Srimad Bhagavad Gita Rahasya that he wrote in 1915. We will also talk about them, friends, moving forward. He was a great Indian social reformer. He was also a big freedom activist, and he has a big role to play in the initial national awakening of India. He was very much apart from the moderate view of the Indian National Congress. He belonged to the extremist faction of the Indian National Congress, and he was a very strong advocate and proponent of Swaraj, or self rule in India. He gave the slogan, Swaraj is my birthright and I shall have it. And this slogan has been an inspiration for people over all these years. Even the freedom fighters of those times used to follow this slogan in order to do something, in order to inspire themselves for the freedom struggle. The British government said Bal Gangadhar Tilak as the father of Indian unrest. And his followers gave him the name as Lokmanya Tilak. That means he was Manya in all the Lok. That is, he was very much famous among the people. He was a very brilliant politician. He was a good academician, a good scholar, and he know that for he actually he was very much apprised of the ground level situation in India at that point of time, and he wanted to move India towards its own independence, and not independence, you can say Swaraj, self rule, because at that time this concept of self rule was in play. Poona Swaraj came in 1930 at the Poona Swaraj resolution, but at that point self rule was the aim. Then his father was Gangadhar Shastri. I already told you he was a school teacher and a Sanskrit scholar. Okay, friends. The name of his mother was this. What's the name? Sorry, the name of his wife was Tapi Bai, and later the name of his wife was rechristened as Satyabhama Bai. The name of his mother was Parvati Bai. I'm really sorry, I just forgot it. Now moving forward, friends, when his father moved to Poona in his school teaching assignment in 1871, Tilak also moved to Poona. There he was married to Tapi Bai. Okay, now he was a very brilliant student, a good academician, as I've already told you. He was very much against injustice. He did his education from Deccan College, Pune in 1877 in subjects of mathematics and Sanskrit. And after completing his education from Deccan College, he completed his law. That is, he studied LLB law from Government Law College, Bombay. He received his law degree in 1879. Now, despite being a fact that, friends, he was studied in the educational system of that day India, and that educational system was established by Britishers only. But despite of the fact that he was studied in the same educational system, he pointed out the errors of those system. He said that this educational system is flawed. It is not correct because it is giving unequal treatment to the Indian students compared to the British students. There was no equal treatment between Indian students and British students, and also in that educational system it was an oriental type of learning. That is, they were too much focused towards the British culture. There was no respect for the Indian culture in that curriculum. So he pointed this out with too much ease. Then after completing his law degree in 1879, he started teaching English and mathematics in a school in Poona, but he was not able to do well with the school authorities, so he left that job and found his own small school of nationalism in 1880. Okay, friends. So he strongly criticized the British educational system. And then after that, what he did, that he started the Deccan Educational Society with the help of his college batchmates Vishnu Sastri Chiplunkar and Gopal Ganesh Agarkar. The objective of this Deccan Educational Society was that in Indian students, the feeling of the spirit of nationalism should be in given. These at that point of time. See, today we have a feeling that we are Indians, and we think in that manner that our country is great. Even if we leave India and go to some other country, friends, and there we are studying. Suppose you go to the Oxford University. In Oxford University, you will represent India. A feeling of nationalism will be there within you. At that point of time, Bal Gangadhar Tilak and his mates, Vishnu Shastri, Chiplunkar, and Gopal Ganesh Agarkar, through this Deccan Educational Society, tried to instill in the Indian students a feeling of nationalism, a feeling of attachment towards their own country. And also, Bal Gangadhar Tilak wanted to, disseminate his thoughts. So, in order to disseminate his thoughts, what's the best way of doing that at that amount of time? By publishing newspapers, journals, magazines. So, he's published two newspapers. First one was the Kesari, which he published in Marathi language. Second one was Mahratta, which he published in English language. Because he was very much dominant in the Maharashtra area. So this Kesari was in Marathi, so that Marathi people can understand what he's saying, and Mahratta was in English, that is for all other people. He published Mahratta. Then Bal Gangadhar Tilak ji joined Indian National Congress in the year 1890. Now, at that point of time, in 1885, 28th of December, Indian National Congress was established. 1890, so till 1900s, you can say, or you can say till 1915, Indian National Congress was dominated by the moderate faction. When Bal Gangadhar Tilak joined Indian National Congress in 1890, he saw that these moderate views cannot get us Swaraj at a very good pace. So he simply said that this moderate views of the party, this moderate approach of the party on self-rule is not going to help us very quickly or in the long run. He said that the simple constitutional agitation of prayer, petition, protest. This prayer, petition, protest was the method of protesting of the moderates at that point of time. Bal Gangadhar Tilak was against it. And that is why he soon came into conflict with the moderate faction of the Indian National Congress, which was led by the great leader Gopal Krishna Gokhale, friends. And as I've already told you in the video of Gopal Krishna Gokhale, there was an open rift between Bal Gangadhar Tilak and Gokhale over the age of consent bill introduced by the Britishers. Gopal Krishna Gokhale was supporting that bill, and Bal Gangadhar Tilak was not supporting that bill. Now, in that bill, the minimum age of the girls was being increased. So Bal Gangadhar Tilak was not saying that the minimum age of girls should not be increased. He himself married his daughters at the age of 16 only. That is at a big age. At that point of time, 16 was a big age, friends. But he said that Britishers do not have a right to interfere in our customs. This is our domain, we will do it. Britishers don't have the right to do it. So he was not against women empowerment and women education. Actually, he didn't wanted the interference of the Britishers in our own internal affairs. This was the stance of Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Okay, friends. Then also, Lord Curzon announced the partition of Bengal in 1905. It was done. So Swadeshi movement came forward. Boycott of British goods movement came forward, and Tilak wholeheartedly supported this movement. And all the factions of this Indian National Congress, moderate and extremists, were helping the movement. However, on what level they were wanting to engage with it, that was different. Moderates wanted moderate involvement. Extremists wanted extreme involvement. Extremists said that this movement should spread to other parts of India. British government should be embarrassed. Moderates were of the view that, okay, Swadeshi movement is good, but we should not embarrass the government. We should not be just against it. So that is why the two factions, moderates and extremists, were against each other. Also, it was not like that Tilak was not having any support inside International Congress. International Congress, he was having support from Bipin Chandra Pal of Bengal and from Lala Lajpat Rai of Punjab. And that is why this trilogy was famously known as Lal Bal Pal. Okay. And in 1907, you said 1905, the president was Gopal Krishna Gokhale. In 1906 session, president was selected was Badawai Nauroji. And in 1907, 1908 came Rajash Bihari Bose. So no extremist faction leader was made the president of the Indian National Congress. So an open rift was there, which came out in the form of Surat split. Okay. So this was one thing. All of these things I have completely covered in my previous videos, friends. Swadeshi movement, boycott movement, Surat split movement, everything I have done. Kindly go back to my previous videos and watch them. Then moving forwards, in Pune in 1896, an epidemic of bubonic plague came out, friends. This bubonic plague was there. On this also, I have made a video on this bubonic plague and the assassination of W.C. Rand and Lieutenant Lyast. All of this I have covered in previous videos. If you have not watched it, kindly go back and watch the video. So what happened that in order to contain the plague, this plague commissioner W.C. Rand took extreme steps. He forcefully entered the houses of people, started neutralizing them, checking them. He blocked their movements of the to the city and into the city. So the personal freedom, personal dignity, personal confidence of the individual was violated, and this was not at all liked by the people. And Bal Gangadhar Tilak openly spoke against it. He wrote very provocative articles in the newspapers, and these provocative articles inspired the Chapekar brothers, who assassinated the Commissioner Rand and Lieutenant Ayerst on 22nd of June 1897. So this is also completely explained by me in a separate video which is already uploaded on my YouTube channel, friends. And after this, Tilak was imprisoned for 18 months, despite of the fact that Tilak didn't do anything wrong. He was charged for sedition charges, jailed for 18 months for inciting murder, because Chapekar brothers did it after reading the provocative articles of Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Okay. Then after the Surat split, the government came back heavily on the extremist faction. Bal Gangadhar Tilak was imprisoned, and he was sent to Mandalay Jail Burma. He was imprisoned there for from the period of 1908 to 1914, friends. There also he continued writing. One of his most important one, Gita Rahasya, was written by Bal Gangadhar Tilak while he was in jail, friends. Also, Bal Gangadhar Tilak openly supported the assassination attempt on Chief Presidency Magistrate Douglas Kingsford in Muzaffarpur in 1908. Whenever you go to Bihar in Muzaffarpur, friends, kindly go to this memorial of Prafulla Chaki and Khudiram Bose. That Douglas Kingsford office is today the district magistrate office of Muzaffarpur district. So when you'll go see there the site where this bomb was thrown was also there. The memorial is being made there of Khudiram Bose and Prafulla Chaki. So you'll feel good if you go there. It's part of our history. As an honor to these two people who laid down their life for the country, we can go there. Okay, friends. So this event was also openly supported by Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Okay. Now, when these things were doing, British governments tried to stop his publications. Both newspapers were banned for some time. Then, while he was in Mandalay prison doing his prison term, friends, his wife died in Pune. Then, when in 1915, Bal Gangadhar Tilak was released, friends, there was a huge celebration, because he had a huge fan following in the Maharashtra region. People followed him; they were his fan. Okay, so when Tilak was released, there was unprecedented celebration. When he came back, friends, he was a bit more moderate into his approach, because he came to know to the fact that, friends, now if I'm going to be too much extremist, then Britishers will arrest me again. So in order to carry on the national movement, I have to take a stance which is moderate, and then I can do my work. So I have to take a middle path, because if I will be very extreme, the British government is going to arrest me again. So I have to avoid that situation. So he made his stance a little bit moderate. Now he again tried to contact the Indian National Congress leaders, but still the Indian National Congress was dominated by the moderate faction, and the moderate faction leaders were not ready to unite with Bal Gangadhar Tilak. This was very much the truth. But after some time, Bal Gangadhar Tilak was allowed to join the Indian National Congress when Annie Besant intervened and other important leaders intervened. But initially, the moderate faction of Indian National Congress was not ready to engage with Bal Gangadhar Tilak, because he had a huge following. You can say that. Then he started the All India Home Rule with Annie Besant, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, Joseph Baptista in 1916. A huge following of this came. Home Rule movement has also been covered by me, friends, completely in my previous videos. All of these important movements I have already covered in my videos. So please go back and watch these videos. This will be of big help to you, friends. Okay. Now see, friends, what Bal Gangadhar Tilak did with his papers Mahratta and Kesari. They tried to instill in Indian individuals that they have a great past, and this foreign civilization has came here, is ruling upon us. This is not right. We are responsible for our own future, for our own past, and this foreign government has no right to rule upon us. Okay. Then all the good social things, all the good things was said by Bal Gangadhar Tilak, friends. Also, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, it was not like that he didn't have anything to do after his education. When he completed his education, he had a very good offer of government service. But he left it and followed the path of nationalism. He said that I will work directly for the people of the country and not involve in government service. Okay, he was a reformer, friends. He was also in support for women education and empowerment. Despite of his traditional stance, he was still in support of women education and empowerment. As I've already told you, he married his daughters only when they were 16 years old. Yeah, but when it came to the British involvement, he said that this is our customs, we will deal with it. There is no right of the British government to deal in it, to interfere in it. This was the stance of Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Now, Bal Gangadhar Tilak has a habit of celebrating Ganesh Chaturthi and Shivaji Jayanti. By this, He tried to unite the people of India by using the massive gatherings of festivals. But one thing wrong happened here, that these festivals of Ganesh Chaturthi and Shivaji Jayanti was not able to mobilize the Muslim masses, because these festivals didn't, appeal to the Muslim masses. They had their different culture, their different religion. So obviously on this point, Bal Gangadhar Tilak became a bit weak, because he didn't wanted to do any religious rift. He wanted to unite Indians, but he didn't realize the fact that these festivals will not appeal much to the Muslims, and these things gave a religious tinge to his stance. Okay. Also, he wrote many philosophical and religious pieces on Hindu sculptures, which made him look a little bit of religious bigot top, but he was not that, friends. He wanted to unite all the people of India. He did everything possible, but yes, his way of doing that, a little bit alienized the Muslim masses. So this was one error, you can say, or one mistake, you can say, on the part of Bal Gangadhar Tilak, friends. When at the end of his life, when this Jallianwala Bagh tragedy occurred, friends, this disturbed Bal Gangadhar Tilak a lot. He became ill. He was suffering from acute diabetes. He became very weak, and he finally passed away on 1st of August 1920. When he passed away, people were very sad. Over 2 lakh people came to his house to pay their last homage to their beloved and cheerful, and famous leader. So this was all about Bal Gangadhar Tilak. You can understand this. Bal Gangadhar Tilak has a great role in our Indian freedom struggle. We all are indebted towards him for our freedom. So I hope this video was helpful for you, friends. If this video was really helpful for you, kindly subscribe to my channel, friends. Give my video a good like. If you didn't like this video, you can dislike it. Please kindly tell me why you didn't like the videos. Tell me the reason. You can also ask any of your doubts in the comment section below. Any topic you want me to cover, please do it. Thank you for being patient, friends. Have a good day. Goodbye.